Hello, everyone. Welcome to Matter. This is Matthew. In this episode of Matter, reviewing and analyzing Black River Rose Riley Book 1 by Matthew Spencer, which comes in several formats such as Kindle, Audible, paperback, mass market paperback, and audio CD. I'll go over several topics in this episode. The book will start with the murder of Marguerite Dunlap, who is connected to the school since her father works there. She goes there as well. This is a string of killings that is thought to be connected to the BMK, which is an acronym for Blue Moon Killer. If Blue Moon sounds familiar, Blue Moon is a beer that one sticks with orange and when one drinks it. Unbelievably, Blue Moon is made by Miller. How do I know this? I have known this since I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and visited Miller's Brewery. And I was served it when I was at Miller Park for the Milwaukee Brewers. Give me a rating in this review. I hope this episode inspires you to read, watch, and learn. I want to thank Antonio, Ken, and Peter for becoming patrons on my Patreon pages. This helps to support the channel and means a lot to me as well. It's not the amount of how much I make. It's the idea that someone believes in what this channel is about and wants to support it. Please help by signing up for Patreon like Antonio, Ken, and Peter or YouTube memberships. You'll say to me that you believe in this channel and you want to thrive and keep it independent. You can sign up for Patreon at $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, or as high as $30 a month. If you sign up at $10 a month or higher on my Patreon page, you get a 7-day free trial before being charged for the month. For YouTube memberships, you can sign up at $3.99 a month, $9.99 a month, $24.99 a month, and you can go as high as $49.99 a month. Thank you. Now on the review. As mentioned before, this book deals with the BMK killer who has been on a killing spree. Rose Riley, who is a detective sergeant in this story, will be tasked in finding out who killed Marguerite Dunlap and find out who the killer is. She has help from her boss, Chief Inspector Steve O'Neill, Priya Patel, Annie Tran, and Dr. Farquhar, who is a psychologist who works for the police department. She also gets help from Adam Bowman, who has connection to the school since he went there when he was a child. Adam Bowman works as a journalist for the National, that is a newspaper that has gone digital. This is what I can tell from reading and listening to this book. The story takes place in Sydney, Australia. The river is the key to these murders. There are several people who make sense as suspect. First, the reader will think it to be Headmaster Preston. This makes sense as Preston is shady and gets on the defensive when Rose talks to him, as well as her boss, Chief Inspector Steve O'Neill. This makes sense when Priya Patel and Adam Bowman interviewed Preston, and he got freaked out when the drone footage was released over the airways. Preston is involved in a brothel, meaning he has been involved in sexual relationships that were outside the confines of marriage. There's a sleazy politician he is involved with, and his name is Hugh Bishop. Hugh Bishop tries to interfere with the investigation as he and Preston are afraid that certain things will come out, like their connection to the mob and this brothel. It ruined both of their careers, as it should. Who wants a headmaster of a school that is involved in a brothel? Who's to say that Preston or Hugh Bishop could not be involved with girls under 18? This would be scary, and this happens in real life all the time. There are stories that you can read in the news or find if you look them up on Google or any reliable search engine. The other suspect is Craig Spratt. Craig makes sense as he manages the garden shed and has access to the tools one was bet to find. There are plenty of tools to find for him to kill Marguerite if he is the killer. The BMK killer likes to cover his or her victims with a plastic bag over their head after he or she kills them. Craig Spratt saw Preston leaving, which makes him a credible witness as well as a suspect to the BMK killings. The other suspect is Tom Green. Tom Green is the son of Sarah and Scott Green. Tom oversaw taking care of Marguerite Dunlap's dog, Tatters. Tatters would be later found dead in this story. He was later buried in the ground. Tom will say to Rose Riley and Chief Inspector Steve O'Neill that he was sorry that her dog Tatters died. Both Rose Riley and Chief Inspector Steve O'Neill asked Tom Green, "Do dogs dig their own graves?" The answer is obvious. No, dogs do not bury their own graves. In fact, no one can bury himself or herself if that individual is dead. I'm implying that a human cannot bury himself or herself. Tom is an obvious suspect in the fact that when CSI went through the dumpster, they found Tom's shoe with Marguerite Dunlap's blood on it. It was delivered by the police that Tom Green was making this look like the BMK killer, but this will be proven to be wrong. There's a twisted person behind these killings, and this person will not be as obvious as one might think. The police were going to rule out the river, but Adam Bowman tells Rose Riley that you do not want to do that. The river could be the key to this, according to Adam Bowman. Adam Bowman is smart and can smell out when things smell or feel out of place. This is what makes him a good reporter. He's willing to work with the police to make sure his facts are accurate, is willing to help them when he can. Adam Bowman will be proven right that the river is the key. This makes sense as this book is called Black River. The other suspect one might think of is Sarah Green. Sarah Green knew Adam Bowman's mother had an affair with Headmaster Preston. This means that she is implying to Rose Riley and the police that he could be the B&K killer. This is too convenient. When a suspect is too convenient in story or real life, this is not always the case. It cannot be just convenience that makes someone an actual perpetrator. It is motive and opportunity. The reason Sarah implies this is that Adam Bowman's brother died when he saw Preston and Adam Bowman's mother in the bushes having sex, and he fell to his death because of this. Adam is not aware that his mother had an extramarital affair with Preston. This does not give him motive to be the killer of Marguerite Dunlap, to kill her and frame Preston with it. As Sarah Green claims, Preston gets away with everything, and this would be frustrating to those that knew that this guy is a horrible person. This gives Sarah Green motive since she knew Adam Bowman's mother had an extramarital affair with Preston and feels responsible for not doing something about it. She could have done this, but this does not necessarily make her the killer of Marguerite Dunlap. The other suspect one would look at as well is Scott Green, who is Tom Green's father and Sarah Green's husband. He makes sense as Tom Green is afraid of him. When Tom Green was being arrested by the police, Tom Green told the police he did not want to go with his father. The police will appoint another adult to be with him. It is understood that Scott must have been abusive to Tom, and Sarah Green was wearing clothes that covered her neck. Usually when a person wears clothes that cover his or her neck, this means that individual is in an abusive relationship. They are usually covering their injuries by that individual. Scott has tendencies one would expect to have. When a person is a psychopath, the people who are supposed to love are afraid of them. Scott's Green mother was a nun who was raped and probably hated Scott because he reminded her of her rapist. She got on her son Scott for wetting the bed. This probably caused him to do more out of the guilt that he would be scolded by her. Psychopaths like to play games, as Rose Riley got a note from the killer saying, "Let's play." This means he's targeting Rose. Priya Patel was later hurt by the killer, and this will make the reader think that this individual wants to play a game. And the participant in this game must figure out the clues before it is too late. It is not to be revealed, nothing more revealed here. It does bring the viewer to the climax of the story and set up another book in this series. I'll give my rating. I give Black River Rose Riley Book 1 a 10 out of 10. It was fun and helps the reader to understand the complexities of these killings and the other horrible people in this story that are involved in other horrible things. Not all these horrible people are killers, but they're involved with the mob and a brothel. What happens to these people in the end is justice, and you will not feel sorry for her. What rating do you give this book? Please leave your answer in the comment section below. Thank you. Please consider going to my store of matacredit.com and get your own set of merchandise today. You can also check out my blog while you're on my website. You can also click the Patreon link on my website and support me that way. Thank you. Please check out my playlist review of books that I review coming up right now. Please check out my playlist review of Boss by clicking on this link right now. Please check out my review of a Killer's Game coming up at the end screen. Thank you for watching or reading. Please like the video if you found it helpful. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell so you never miss a video at the bottom of this video. Please comment down the road in the comment section below. Please share this video. You know so my channel can grow. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Remember, do not forget to read, watch, and learn. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.